It is fair to say that Chelsea's first season under the ownership of Todd Boehly and Clearlake Capital was eventful, but one that ultimately ended in disastrous fashion as they oversaw the club's worst top-flight campaign for nearly 30 years. Despite spending in excess of £600 million on new signings across 2 transfer windows, Chelsea ended the 2022-23 campaign trophyless and failed to qualify for European competition as they languished to a 12th-placed finish in the Premier League, sitting 10 points above the relegation zone and a remarkable 27 points adrift of the top 4. The experiments of Graham Potter and Frank Lampard in the dugout failed to make the desired impact, with the former arguably not given enough time to put his stamp on the club, but there is now plenty of optimism around the appointment of former Tottenham Hotspur boss Mauricio Pochettino, who is widely regarded as one of the top coaches in world football and who has been lauded for his ability to work with young players. The Argentine has overseen a mass exodus of first-team players so far this summer, netting over £200 million in the process, while Christopher Nkunku, Nicholas Jackson, Axel Disasi, Robert Sanchez and Leslie Ugochukwu are among the notable additions, and more are expected to arrive at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea enjoyed an unbeaten pre-season and came away from the tour of the USA as champions of the inaugural Premier League Summer Series after accumulating 7 points from 3 games against Brighton and Hove Albion, Newcastle United and Fulham to top the 16 table. The Blues then rescued a 1-1 draw in the final warm-up match last week as youngster Mason Burstow netted an 89th-minute equaliser against Borussia Dortmund. Pochettino, who has only won 3 of his previous 16 meetings with Liverpool as a manager, is now preparing for a baptism of fire in his first competitive match as Chelsea boss against a Reds side who have drawn each of the last 6 meetings with the Blues, with each of the last 4 ending goalless, including both Premier League encounters last season. No fixture in English football history has ever finished goalless 5 times in a row. Like Chelsea, Liverpool will have to make do without Champions League football this term for the first time since Jurgen Klopp's maiden campaign in charge 9 seasons ago, as they shift the focus to Europa League football after finishing 5th in the Premier League last season, 4 points behind 4th-placed Newcastle. After taking the hunt for an unprecedented quadruple all the way to the wire in 2021-22, the Reds were unable to mount a serious challenge for any major silverware last season, instead watching the recent foes Manchester City win a historic treble and rivals Manchester United lift the EFL Cup. Liverpool's decision to not bolster the squad with new midfielders last season ultimately came back to haunt them, but Klopp has since overseen a significant midfield refresh at Anfield this summer. As many as 7 midfielders have departed to date, including captain Jordan Henderson and Fabinho, while Dominic Szoboszlai and Alexis Mac Allister are 2 exciting additions, and Moses Caicedo could be another, although the Ecuadorian is said to prefer a move to Chelsea over a switch to Anfield. While midfield movements are being made behind the scenes, Liverpool experienced mixed fortunes in attack and defence during pre-season, with 19 goals scored and 10 conceded across 5 friendly fixtures. The Reds posted victories against Karlsruhe, Leicester City and Darmstadt, beating the latter 3-1 on Monday, but a 4-4 draw with Greuther Fürth and a 4-3 loss to Bayern Munich suggests that Klopp's side are yet to get up to full speed. Liverpool have had few problems making a strong start to life in the Premier League, though, as they have not lost a top-flight opener in any of the last 10 seasons, winning 8 and drawing 2, and a victory at Stamford Bridge on Sunday would end the 7-game winless run against Chelsea. Team news: Chelsea have suffered a double injury blows ahead of the new campaign as Wesley Fofana and summer signing Christopher Nkunku are both ruled out for several months with knee injuries. Benoit Badiashile, Noni Madueke, both hamstring, and Armando Broja, fitness, did not feature in any games during pre-season, but the trio have returned to training and may be selected in Pochettino's matchday squad. Captain Reece James and Ben Chilwell shall take up the full-back spots, while Axel Disasi will battle with Thiago Silva and Levi Colwill for a start at centre-back, and the same applies for Kepa Arrizabalaga and Robert Sanchez for the number 1 jersey. Nicholas Jackson is set to make his debut up front with Raheem Sterling and Mykhailo Mudryk potentially playing on the flanks, while a midfield triumvirate of Enzo Fernandez, Conor Gallagher and Carney Chukwuemeka could line up in midfield. As for Liverpool, they will be without midfield duo Thiago Alcantara and Stefan Bajcetic as they continue to recover from respective hip and adductor injuries. A 3-4-3 formation is set to be deployed by the Reds when in possession, with Trent Alexander-Arnold operating as an inverted fullback, while new captain Virgil van Dijk, Ibrahima Konate and Andrew Robertson shall take up the remaining defensive spots. Mac Allister and Szoboszlai are both expected to make the competitive debuts in midfield and could be joined by either Curtis Jones or Harvey Elliott in the starting lineup. Former Chelsea man Mohamed Salah scored twice and registered 7 assists in 5 pre-season matches, and the Egyptian is expected to continue on the right side of a front three, while Darwin Núñez, Cody Gakpo, Luis Diaz and Diogo Jota to all battle for the remaining 2 starting spots in attack. Chelsea possible starting lineup: Arrizabalaga, James, Silva, Colwill, Chilwell, Fernandes, Gallagher, Sterling, Chukwuemeka, Mudryk, Jackson. Liverpool possible starting lineup: Alisson, Alexander-Arnold, Konate, Van Dijk, Robertson, Jones, Mac Allister, Szoboszlai, Salah, Núñez, Diaz. We say Chelsea 2-2 Liverpool. Subscribe please. We are Sports Light YouTube channel.